Okay, we're going to start our AEV drawing by jumping into Blackboard here and opening up the SketchUp folder. We'll open up the Alternative Energy Vehicle in SketchUp folder as well. And we'll start by reading this PDF. It says read me first. One thing you'll see here, it's going to ask us to create a folder on the H drive in our TechEd folder called AEV. And we're also going to be opening up an AEV template and saving it as our last name and period number followed by AEV. So let's jump back over to Blackboard. Now let's click on the template. Here's the template file. As always, depending on the browser that you're using, I'm using Chrome. Things tend to open a little bit differently. So you might be prompted to open, maybe even be prompted to save. And as SketchUp is opening up here, I'll go ahead and click Start Using SketchUp. Once I'm in SketchUp, I'm going to immediately go to File, Save As, and as I'm saving it, I'm also going to go ahead and create that folder. So let me go to File, Save As, and jump to Computer, and open up my H drive. I'm going to open up my Tech and Engineering folder. Now I'm going to create a new folder called AEV. Okay, I'm going to now open up that folder and rename my file last name, period number, space AEV. I'm going to hit save. Okay, so to get started here, we had a set of instructions that tell us step 1, draw the chassis 6 inches by 2 inches. I'm going to use the rectangle tool. And then I'm going to do some push pulling to give it some thickness, which is 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and hit R for rectangle. Click and release at the origin, your mouse button. I'm going to move away from the origin. Now I'm going to type in 6, 2. I'm going to hit enter. Hit P for push-pull. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Make sure you hover over that surface, click once, move up, and I'm going to type in 1/8. I'm going to hit enter. Now the next set of instructions are to draw the notch. So there's a few ways to do it. You could use the tape measure tool, the line tool. I'm actually just going to use the rectangle tool. I'm going to make a 1/2 inch by 2 inch notch here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit R for rectangle. Just make sure you find the corner that corresponds with your design of your car. I'm going to go ahead and click right here. Click once. I'm going to move away from that corner. Looking at the numbers in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to type in the length first, which is going to be 2, comma, and then the width, 1/2 inch or 0.5. I hit P for push-pull. I'm going to hover over this face, click once, come down, release by clicking again, and there I have my notch. I'll go ahead and save my work. So depending on what happens next, really depends on what else you did to this block of wood. You might find that you'll have to use the tape measure, probably to lay out a few guides for you folks that did 3-wheelers. You may have to, find the center of this block and maybe use the tape measure to figure out how deep you went into that chassis, and then start laying down some lines or rectangles and push pulling to extract some more material. Other people also remove material from the sides as well as from the front. So once again, at this point, continue drawing if you need to. When you're finished, save your work and go ahead and watch the second video, which will be marking the location of the axles, and at that point we'll go ahead and jump into eye hooks and washers.